The biggest whispers that are doing the rounds in Indian cricket circles: will Virat Kohli be absent from the Indian squad at the T20 World Cup? There are many questions that are doing the rounds in this matter. I'll list them out for you. Does Virat Kohli not feature in India's T20 plans here on? Does Virat Kohli himself feel he doesn't wish to continue in this format? What has changed in the cricket landscape here for Virat to be away from a World Cup? I'll try to answer some of these questions. Now, T20 as a format has changed. It's more dynamic, more electric and intense. The level of cricket has skyrocketed. The fact that there are so many leagues all over the world has also made this a format that has evolved faster than the other two, Tests and One-Day Internationals. The way cricketers think now has a T20 aspect to it. By that I mean it's fast-paced, it's quirky, it's street smart. Whether it's the bowlers or the batters, T20 has made and molded the new generation. It's a different kind of cricket. Just look at Yashasvi Jaiswal, a brand new model and exponent of explosive cricket. Now, don't get me wrong here, even when we say no one is indispensable in any setup, you can't help but think there can be no other Virat Kohli. This is the same Virat Kohli who, in the last T20 World Cup, pulled off a near impossible run chase against Pakistan. Along with Hardik Pandya, he scripted a brilliant match-winning partnership. A moment that will go down not just in the chapters of India-Pakistan rivalries, but also in World Cup history.
The last one I experienced, I think, was the one at Melbourne in the World Cup last year, where Virat won it for us. That game was 120,000 people watching that game. Was a sight to experience in itself. To kind of win a game from nowhere was a great experience.
This is the same Virat Kohli who was the biggest run getter in the 2023 World Cup in India. He amassed more than 700 runs in the tournament and was the player of the World Cup. And let's face it, Virat Kohli translates to eyeballs. He draws the crowd in. He works with them. He's one with them. He's electrifying on the field. He's intense. An Indian men's cricket team is pretty symbolic with Virat Kohli. So a World Cup without him in the squad is unimaginable. And what are the arguments for his presence? Charisma and skill aside, just sheer experience. Watching a Virat at the opposite end is intimidating no matter the form he's in. And we've seen what experience can do in a T20 format. You only have to ask Chennai Super Kings, who've won the Indian Premier League quite a few times. They've been mocked, been called the old man army, and they ended up winning enough titles to prove everyone wrong. Let's look at the other side then. Whose spot are you willing to forego for a Virat in your batting lineup? Well, the answer would be anyone. It's Virat Kohli. But for the sake of an argument, let's look at the potential batters India will have for the T20 World Cup. There's, of course, Rohit Sharma, the captain himself, explosive opener. Yashasvi Jaiswal, we've spoken enough about him. Shubman Gill, the future superstar in the country. Then there's, of course, Suryakumar Yadav. Rishabh Pant is making his comeback and is really looking promising. There's Hardik Pandya, who will hopefully continue to stay fit. Tilak Verma, Dhruv Jurel all made enough noise. How can we forget Rinku Singh? What about KL Rahul? Sanju Samson waiting in the wings. The options for India when it comes to young, fiery batting lineup and in various positions are just too many. Thanks to the Indian Premier League, the flair and talent that has been nurtured is immense. Does Virat Kohli, who, yes, of course, can hit those big shots, but is more of an anchor role, still find a place in a T20 side? Take West Indies, they're masters of T20 cricket. They have a completely different setup in the shortest format of the game. True specialists who have a fixed role. Rohit Sharma stressed about the importance of that at the World Cup. And it's so much more important in a T20 format. Every player has a fixed role. But coming back to Virat and the talks of him not being considered for the World Cup, former Pakistan cricketer Mohammad Irfan has come out saying that anyone questioning Virat Kohli's place in the side belongs in gully cricket, a reference to backstreet cricket, the ones that kids play for fun. And with Mohammed Shami also ruled out of the Indian squad for the World Cup because of his injury, India missing the services of their two top performers of the 2023 World Cup is a massive blow. But here's the verdict. Here's my verdict. This is the man who has redefined cricket, Virat Kohli, fitness. Rohit Sharma recently was heard speaking in awe of the one cricketer in the current setup who has never had to go to the NCA, the National Cricket Academy. It is when you have fitness concerns to recuperate and rehabilitate. So here is a guy giving every young gun a run for their money, literally. But the question of retaining or sidelining him is not one based on merit. It's more of an ideology. Should Virat be in the scheme of things, going by where India is at? What way is Indian cricket moving or wanting to move forward? It's fair to say that maybe it's time to let the young guns step up, take charge, and go through the trial of fire. We'll see if they come out of it unscathed. Having said that, though, an Indian dressing room without Virat Kohli can't be imagined just yet. So maybe a mentor role to guide everyone through with that energy and intensity, despite his absence on the pitch. Some food for thought.